Hello class 10th. In the previous video, I explained you chapter 9 and I have given you questions of 9.2 and 9.3 exercises, and some of the students have sent their homework but some are still not sent the homework. So send your homework as soon as possible. And today in this video, I am going to explain chapter 10, that is reflection. And in reflection, you should know what is Cartesian system of coordinates. When two number lines perpendicular to each other, usually horizontal and vertical, are placed together so that the two origin, the points corresponding to 0, coincide and the lines are perpendicular, then the resulting configuration is called a Cartesian coordinate system or a coordinate plane. Here in this figure, this is the Cartesian system of coordinate geometry. Two lines are intersecting each other. One is the horizontal line, the other is vertical line. And the two lines, where the two lines meet each other, is called origin. O is the origin. To the right side of this origin, the value of x is positive. And to the left side of the origin, the values of x is minus. So here, this is called x-axis. This line, horizontal line, is called the x-axis. One vertical line is there below the origin. The numbers are in negative, and above the origin point, the numbers are positive. So, and this line is called y-axis. Right, children? And in this, how to locate the points. We'll know how to locate the point, and before that, we should know x, o, this is the x axis, and y, o, y dash is the y axis. And when we see, if we have a point P whose coordinates are A1 and 2, the first one will see on the x-axis and the second number will see on the y-axis. So, where is 1 in x-axis? 1 is here, and 2 is on y-axis over here. So, if we draw a line like this point will be P, and the coordinate of this point is 1 and 2. Now, this is the way we will locate the point. The first number, this number is called abscissa. A-B-S-I-S-C-I-S-A. This is called, and this point will locate on the x-axis, and the second number is called the ordinate. So, we'll see the ordinate on y-axis and abscissa on x-axis. So, in the next question or next topic, we'll discuss how to reflect the point from one axis to other axis. Now, in this, we will discuss how the reflection of a point in a line is done. Now, if a point P is over here, and if this is like this will like the mirror. X-axis is like the mirror. If we see the image of this P point on the x-axis, the point will fall on over here -5. This will be P dash. The image of P will be P dash. Suppose any point Q is there whose coordinate is 2 and 4. Now, how will you locate? I told you earlier that how to locate point 2 and 4. We'll see 2 on the x-axis and 4 on the y-axis. So, 2 over here, 4 is over here. So, this point here is Q point, whose coordinates are 2 and 4. If we see the image of Q on x-axis, this will fall, x line is like a mirror, and so the reflection of this point will be on this side, and the coordinate of this point will be q dash, which is, and the coordinates are 2 will be positive because it is on the right side of the origin, and 4 will be minus 4 because this line is, this point is below the origin. So q dash is the reflection of q in this. And always remember, in the, this is called the first quadrant, this is the second, we go anti-clockwise, this is third quadrant, and this is the fourth quadrant. In the first quadrant, the abscissa and ordinate both are positive, and on the second coordinate the value of x is minus, so the first now abscissa is minus and the ordinate is plus. Here in the third quadrant, both the abscissa and the ordinate both are minus. And in this fourth quadrant, the abscissa means the value of x is positive and the value of y is negative. So like this you have to change the sign of the number when you reflect one point to the other side. Like suppose a point Q is here, 2 and 4 are the coordinates of this point. If you see the reflection of this point on the y-axis, then this will act like a mirror, and when you see your image on the mirror, you see your image to the other side. So the reflection of Q point will be over here on the other side, and the coordinate of this will be here, the abscissa is minus and ordinate is plus. So this will be minus 2 plus 4. So we can take it q double dash. Q dash we have already taken over here. So q double dash, and the coordinate of q double dash is minus 2 plus 4. Like this you have to reflect the point from x on y-axis or on x-axis. Suppose you have to reflect the point on origin. Origin is this. So if the point is here, the reflection will come to this side, and the coordinate of this point is 2 and 4. The coordinate of this point will be, because here the abscissa and ordinate both are minus, so number will be minus 2 and minus 4. Now I am explaining question number 10. Question number 10 is, write down the coordinates of the image of the point 3 and minus 2 when reflected in the x-axis. Second is reflected in the y-axis. Third one, reflected in the x-axis followed by reflection in y-axis. And the fourth one is reflected in the origin. I already told you how to locate the point, and the point is 3 and minus 2. 3 will see on the x-axis and minus 2 will see on y-axis. So this is the x-axis, 3 is here, and minus 2 on y-axis is here. So the point will be over here. This point is 3 and 2, minus 2 is here. This is the point which we have located from the question. Now first part of the question is reflected in the x-axis. Now this is x-axis. When this point will reflect on this line, this is x-axis will be taken as the mirror. The reflection will come to this side, and the coordinate here, both abscissa and ordinate both will be positive as I told you earlier. So the point will be here, and the coordinate of this point is 3 and 2. Right children, this is the answer of first part of the question. Second part is reflected in the y-axis. The original point is this, and when this point is reflected on the y-axis, y-axis is taken as the mirror, and the reflection of this point will come to this side, and on this third quadrant the value of abscissa and the ordinate both will be negative. So minus 3 from here and minus 2 from here. This is the point, and the coordinate of this point will be minus 3 and minus 2. So this is the answer of second part of the question, where the point is reflected on the y-axis. Now the third part, reflected in the x-axis followed by reflection in y-axis. Now the point is reflected on the axis is this. When this is reflected on the y-axis, the point will come in the second quadrant, and in second quadrant the value of abscissa is minus and the ordinate is plus. So the point will be minus 3 and 2. This is the answer for third part of the question. This is the answer of first part. This is second one and this is the third one. Now the fourth part of this question is reflected in the origin. Origin is this. O point is the origin. When this point is reflected in the origin, the reflection will come over here in the second quadrant, and the coordinate of this point is minus 2 and 3. So answer of fourth part of the question is also same as the third one. So I think you have understood how to reflect one point on x-axis or y-axis, and you can get the other points over here. I think you have understood all these things, and it will be easy for you to solve the question of chapter 10.